Hello YouTube, Willy Weeble back with another video. Now this is going to be a video response of sorts. Now there's been a few people doing their top 10 GameCube games. It doesn't necessarily have to be their favourite top 10. Some people have been talking about the nostalgia for certain games, such like. Now I'm going to do sort of similar to that. Now I've got 10 games picked here. They all mean a little something for various reasons, which we will explain as we go through. Now I picked up the GameCube fairly soon after launch. Got my console, the Indigo one from Argos, when they had a promotion on, and it came with two games. One was Wave Race and one was Resident Evil, if I remember correctly, the first Resident Evil. Now I had no interest in playing Resident Evil, so I traded that one in at the time. I have since got it back, and Wave Race blew me away with the water effects, just how good they looked. So I knew I was going to be enjoying the GameCube because I hadn't really had a proper console before that time, because most of my gaming had been handheld or PlayStation 1, which wasn't graphically that good. So anyways, the first game I bought with my own money, because I used to sort of didn't really sort of play the CEX game at the time quite so much. And the first game I bought at the time was Super Mario Sunshine. Now I did spend a lot of hours playing this. Never did complete it. Never got all the shines. But I would go back to this at some point. Give it a go. Obviously it's now available, as quite a few of the games are, on the Switch. But I think if I was to give it another go, I would play it on the original hardware. So this is number 1. Second game is one that hasn't been shown before by the other people. That's Smuggler's Run War Zones. Now I used to play this a lot with my two boys when they were younger, and they used to really enjoy doing multiplayer, just basically jumping on a quad bike or lorry or similar and razzing it around the large open world, playing on the sand dunes, destroying stuff. So yeah, good memories of this game, made by Rockstar. It's not one I've gone back to since the boys have left, but so I have fond memories of this. Now, another one we used to play as a family, at least the boys and myself, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Now we put a lot of hours into this, trying to collect all the various trophies and such like. Now this is probably the last Smash Bros. I've played to any extent. Don't think the Wii and Wii U versions improved upon this, so this will be the game I'd probably go back to. Now I still have all my original saves on memory cards, so I could pick up where I last left off. That's number 3. Well, I think we'll do another one which is more of a family game that we used to play a lot of, and that is Mario Kart Double Dash. This is the 2-disc version with the Zelda promotional disc in it. But yeah, game, spent hours playing this. I still go back and play this every now and then. Used to spend hours just trying to better my time on Baby Park. just driving around an oval, but I can't seem to match the times I used to do. And they were playing on a little 14-inch telly, so maybe that's what I need to do. Get a small telly and give it a go again. But again, a lot of these tracks are on the newer versions, Mario Kart 8 and such like. So, but yeah, fond memories of that. Now, the next few games are ones I predominantly played on my own. So there was like family games and games I used to play. And the first one is Star Fox Adventures. Now, there aren't that many games I feel the need to play to completion. But this one, while I was playing it, I did. I did complete it. But the final boss, where you have to beat Andros, had me stumped for weeks. It's just a flying scenario, and I just could not beat him. So some just weren't fast enough. But graphically, this is a stunning looking game. I hadn't played anything quite like it before, and I would be tempted to go through it again, but I would probably fail with the final boss because I'm nowhere near as quick as I used to be on these sorts of games. Not with the reflexes. So, but yeah, Star Fox Adventures, and I think this is far better than Assault. So that's number 5. Metroid Prime. Now this is obviously available on the Switch, but this was the first one available on the GameCube. Okay, put a lot of time into this until I got stuck, if I remember rightly, on an icy level. But I hadn't really played a first-person shooter like this, so with the puzzle elements going into your ball and such like, really enjoyed this one. Now I did buy it again on the Switch to go back to it, hoping there'll be better graphics and such like, but nah. I think if I'm going to play it properly, I would play it on the Cube again. So that's Metroid Prime. That'll be game number 6. Another one I played through to completion, having not played the previous ones in the series, is Resident Evil 4. Now I had played 3, Nemesis, on the PlayStation 1, completed that. I haven't played 1 or 2, but this game at the time I thought was brilliant. So another one I felt the need to try and complete it, which I did do. Again, this was bought with my own cash. This is before I started collecting for the full GameCube set. But yeah, highly recommend that. This version anyway. I believe it's available on the Wii, but I've never tried that one. So, but no, Resident Evil 4. So that's game number 7. Now, this has been mentioned before. Wario World. Again, I think this is one of the better looking games on the GameCube. Gameplay is really good. Another one I haven't completed, but I do stick it in the cube every now and then, give it a bit of a go. I think Wario is probably one of my favourite characters, gaming characters. Do have all his games, but if you're looking for a sort of a platformer, puzzle, hoover 'em up, finding coins and such like, you won't go far wrong with this. So that's Wario World. So number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Right. Now this technically is not a game, but I'm going to put it in there because it opened up a whole new world for me with the Cube. Well, that's a freeloader disc, which enables you to play Japanese and American GameCube games if you don't have a modded system. So having got that, I started looking around to see what it was about. And then there was a game cropped up locally on Facebook Marketplace. Now I knew about this game, obviously collecting the full set, PAL set. Obviously this is not part of the PAL set, but I knew it was a pricey one. People have raved about it being weird, good, but expensive. It's one of those games I never thought I would get because all my games were coming from CEX, as I've never done eBay. But that game is Cubivore. Now again, I've played quite a bit of this. It is a weird game, as everyone has said. Basically a box that gets bigger by eating things. You breed, make a new bigger box, and evolve. I've never got that far into it. It's one of those I really should sit down and give it a proper go. But say you could emulate this or have a modded GameCube, but up to the point when I bought this, freeloader was the only way I was going to be able to play it. So we'll call that number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, we'll call that game number 10. So that's the 10 games, or 10 disc types that I'm going to call my favourite. Got a couple of honourable mentions. Now these are more pickups, which surprised me at the time. Now I bought this one 10 years ago at Blackpool Gaming Market, and it cost me £8. Now it wasn't one I was necessarily hunting down, but it was one I needed for the full set at the time, and so I picked it up. And that game is Disney Sports Basketball. Now it's not one I would have picked up unless I was going for a full set, which I was. But this game has rocketed. It is stupid money now. It's up around the sort of £300, £400 mark. And I paid £8 for this at a gaming event. So, madness. I haven't played it. I just needed it for the full set. So I bought it. And looking back, I'm glad I did buy it, because it doesn't crop up very often. So, and I will just put a little bit in that obviously when you're buying particular games, full setting, you see variants. So with the GameCube Mario Kart game, obviously there's the 2-disc version, but I don't have just that. I have the single disc version as well. Now we have to have the single disc version, but the authorized for retail. So GameCube, it can be a real rabbit hole when you get into it. So I've shown what I think are 10 of my most, I guess, the nostalgic games. There's a few extras which along the time, yeah, if you found that for £8 in a charity shop, you'd be laughing, but you won't find it now. Well, at least the chances are pretty much 1 in a million. I have found other stuff, obviously, over the years. That might be another video, but anyway, hey, this is a video response to, if I didn't say so before, Evian Gamer, Retro Red Steve, and Retro Import Gamer, and to anyone else who's put a video out showing their top 10. I'll leave the links to those 3 channels in the description. They may well show other channels that have done the videos. But anyway, thanks for watching. And remember, stay happy.